Yeah, man, people, welcome back. Welcome back. You don't know, it's the Nick and Dan podcast. Yeah, I'm going solo, dolo today. Yeah, you don't know my other, Chargy, Daniel, big up yourself anyway. Then, the student need you, but he's unavailable today. Yeah, I'm just going to rock it solo. But look, I mean, what Jamaican people are gonna really do with Craig Butler play them, but the man just unstoppable, to be honest. Yeah, the man finished off the regular season strong, for the Chelsea Academy team. Yeah, and in the knockout round. Why? Yet another brace for young Dujan Whisper Richards, man. Player is rising fast. Can't stop him. Can't stop him. But look, as soon as rather than later, this boy will be in that senior team or somewhere playing first team football. I think this is his last sets of games, for Chelsea Academy. It's the knockout round. Yeah, they on to, I think it's a quarterfinal next up. Next sets are supposed to be determined soon. I think tomorrow. Yeah, the other games will play it, but yeah, Dujan Richards and the score sheet with a burst for the Chelsea Academy team, man. You know, people, we have to keep an eye, on this player because he's something special. You can see it. You can see. You don't really need anyone to come and say, "Yo, Dujan is something special." If you know about ball game, if you really know about Jamaican football and look at where he's coming from, look, he's a special talent. So we just want to give, Whisper a shout out. Massive, massive work he's been putting in since he went over there in London. And also, for being a genius, it's a genius. Many people said he's a one-hit wonder, but I don't think that man is really a one-hit wonder in the industry. Solid player, solid player. What type of player will, young Whisper be in around probably 5 years from now? What type of player will he be? We never know. He can be a world beater. Look, this boy future is in his hand. Only him can stop himself from not making it to the top. Yeah, but as long as he's doing the necessary, as long as he's keeping his body in shape, injury free. As a player, you don't really responsible and all the type of injuries that you pick up, but as long as he stay healthy and injury free, he's destined to be a top pro, especially for the Reggae Boy team. That's why I said in many videos that I've done with him, yeah, whenever this player is available for selection, whenever he's fully healthy, he should be in around this Jamaica team. I'm telling you, yeah, and should be looking hard in games. Or even starting most of the games. But look, I haven't really seen much talent like this in around local football, like develop in the local space and shipped over to Europe. Yeah, that will show you that, the people them that kept saying, talent in Jamaica. You see, a man saw a local youth and saw the potential that him can maximize out of him. And look at how he developed under the Phoenix Academy. Alongside his father also put in a lot of groundwork. So me hate to hear the thing that the people man say around the narrative like talent that they are Jamaica. Loads of talent they are Jamaica. Loads of talent. It is just like how the fruits them ripe on the tree and drop off and then spoil. That's how talent is at Jamaica. It's just that you have to have that high. Not every talent going to be seen. Like you see a mango on the tree, you know that look, the mango is yellow, it's fully fit. Or aki, if the aki is open, you know that the aki can eat. So you have to have that special eye for talent. And every time when I say this, I just remember when Mr. Vin said that ridiculous thing about Leon at the time. So but I don't really want to dive into that. But yeah, loads of talent there at Jamaica, talent there at Jamaica till talent are rotten, till the man they even know what to do them. Talent. Yeah, but the next player, I would love to see stepped out, off the local space and get in around that European setup is young Kyle Dixon. And I have said it, Kyle Dixon is probably one of the most talented player ever played for Arnett Garden in around probably you could say easily in around the last 2 decades for Arnett Garden, and I think the last talent really, put on red and black might be, I said it, might be Lamar Wonka Nelson. Yeah, this boy he was a superb talent, but you know, many reasons and many obstacles not commit a lot, not fully disciplined to the game, you know, structural reasoning, facility, all of that, the right guidance and upbringing up, in terms of trying to maximize his full potential. Yeah, so a lot of potential there at Jamaica, man. It's just up to how we go into, it's just up to how we go into harness all of that and put it together and sell all those scrap of players. But if we can get probably, I don't want to be too greedy, but if we can get around 5 more players next summer behind Kaim, because he said he's off. Yeah, if we can get 5 more players out of the country, going to play in top teams in the first team, yeah, and play just like that, he will be somewhere, But don't really want to full up the show with young Dojan Whisper Richards. He's just a part of the show. Not here to spend a whole lot of time. Maybe around the next 30 minutes I will be here. But 2 things I really want to talk about. 2 things. I want to dive into the Khadija Bonisha. I want to give her credit. I want to talk about her and her journey, especially what she has been doing in women football especially for the last 2 seasons, man. Yeah, especially for the last two seasons for Manchester City. Look, I have said this a couple of months back. Right now, Khadija Bonisha is the best number 9 in the world. Anybody, want to tackle that can comment in the comment section and tell me who is the best number 9 right now in the world. Yeah, right now, easy. Khadija Bonisha is the best number 9 in the world and farm right now. I know that, unfortunately, she got a broken leg. I hope she can recover from that. Not many, I just talk about a talent that didn't got enough training, and he came to Jamaica system, Wonka, he broke his leg, all of that. But I'm just saying, at Man City, she's going to get top treatment, medical treatment, all of that she needed to get back, over this broken leg, so look, I'm just excited, especially seeing how that award that she won. I'm very excited. I'm super excited because you don't really have a lot of women football coming from the local space and getting these big awards. Yeah, look, she have won. I think it's around 2022, a few years back, she have won CONCACAF Women Player of the Year. And in 2018, when we just qualified for the 2019 World Cup in France, she came in the run-out position. Also, in I think the 2020-21 season for Bordeaux, she got the top scorer leaderboard trophy in France. Yes, so she had some individual accolades that, look, I don't think we're going to see this if Jamaican football structure don't get better and more investment going so we can get the best talent out of the country. I don't think we're going to see anything like this in the near future. Trust me, because she's just that one-off talent that she just got the big break and she took it and she run away with it. Yeah, from I think University of Tennessee's FIFA World Cup, Bordeaux, Manchester City. And what next? I don't think, to be honest, the level of where Manchester City is going, you know that in women's football in the WSL, Chelsea have conquered that for the last 5 years. But look at how the trajectory of this Manchester City team is going. Next season, for sure, they will be playing in the women Champions League, and that's where we want to see Khadija Bonisha play, yeah. And then again, that's when she can probably make a lot more stride and try to go after Ballon d'Or, just to get nominated, in that shortlist. It's an unbelievable feeling. Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling knowing that you have a Jamaican born local talent, yet came through the local space, got in around that nominee, for the Ballon d'Or. Look, it's unbelievable, and then we saw the slap in the face that she got in that, that RGR thing, didn't get any, nomination in that award also. But look again, she's proving everyone wrong that look, she's going to be probably, you could probably 5-6 years from now when she finish, you probably could say, Khadija Bonisha probably going to be the best Jamaican football player. It's sad to say, RIP to Luton Shelton, great talent, great individual. But what we're going to talk about Khadija Bonisha whenever she finish her career, as I said, hope she can recover from this broken leg and remove all of that, all of that doubt of playing after coming up from a broken leg. But look, I want to say this. In this season in the WSL for Khadija Bonisha, against the top 6 teams, like I think in the top 6, the top 6 teams in England, I think it's United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, City. I think there's and Tottenham. Those teams are the top 6 teams, in WSL right now. It's one of the most competitive league in around. Khadija Bonisha starts this season against those 5 teams in the top 6 alongside Manchester City. She have bagged 13 goals this season, just amongst the Gunners, the Tottenham, the Chelsea, the Liverpool. I remember she scored a hat-trick and Liverpool also, and I think did she score? I think that was the perfect hat-trick that she scored with the head, left and right. I'm not sure, but I remember she scored 2 actually this season though. Yeah, she has scored 2 actually this season. Look, 13 goals against the top teams in the WSL. You could see that she's bagging goals against the best, teams in the league, But hold on, people, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like I'm coming through a little bit blurry. Yeah, seems like I'm coming through a little bit blurry. I trying to see if it's okay. I think it's a little bit okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to check out this internet connection. But this internet connection is it's perfect in terms of the speed and everything. So I don't know why the connection is coming through a little bit blurry. I don't know. But yeah. But look, I was saying that her goals, 13 goals against the top teams in WSL and 1 assist. Yeah. Also remember that goal that she scored against Chelsea that beat them 1-0. Yeah, I think that goal came. I think it came in around the 60-something minute. But yeah, we have to give Khadija Bonisha a lot more credit. The mainstream media, especially back home in the local space. Look, this is a big thing. Look, last season she got named in the PFA Team of the Year. No, she collected the big individual award. What next? Next season, when she's playing in the Champions League? What's going to happen next? Then further on, some of her stats, this season. Yeah, she have created 28 chances for her teammates this season. Yeah, she have created 28 and she had 30 successful dribbles, and she won the position in the final third 25 times. There's a lot about her at this moment. You see, one of the big difference with Khadija Bonisha this season and last season, yeah, she is a lot more clinical this season. This season, she's spending less time on the ball. She's all about bagging the goals. Last season she have created 31. Yet she have created a lot more chances last season than this season. This season is 28. And last season she had four, she had four less, is it four less? Yeah, she has four less this season than last season of being successful dribbles. This season she had 26 and last season she had 30 successful dribbles. So, her stats shows that, look, she is changing her game. She is all about, getting the goals in the back of the net. And that's that's the most important thing for a striker. Getting the goal in the getting the ball in the back of the net. Yeah. So she is more ruthless this season. Let's move on a little about her stats, but I don't know. Again, I'm having a horrible connection. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like all this feed look. I like when the quality come through a lot more clear. I'm having a horrible feed at this moment. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to sort out this issue, with this technical difficulty. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So I'm just going to run the show. Yeah, I'm just going to run the show and then try to sort out this after. But yeah, I was saying, Khadija Bonishal, I was saying, she's a lot more ruthless, this season. This season, and last season, I have some few stats, to back up that, to show that, yeah, she is a lot more ruthless this season than last. Some games that she have played in 22-23 season and this current season, last season. So 22 last season and 18 this season. Those are the games, that she played. Yeah, 18 games this season. That's it for injury, coming back next season. Also, yeah, in 2022-23, 22 games played, and also she has scored 20 goals. And this current season, she has scored 21 in 18 games. Shots on target last season, yeah, 124 shots on target for Khadija Bonisha. And this season, she have scored, she have had, 78 shots, yeah, on target. And you could see that her stats is much better, last season. But what is happening now? She has scoring more goals and creating less opportunities for her teammates, but making the most of her chances. Yeah, touches, she had this is one of the biggest reasons that we reggae boy fans, out there support Jamaican football touches on the ball. Yeah. So last season she have hit 155 touches. This season it's 660. So that shows you that she wants to take less touches on the ball. She's making more presence in the box, less touches in the box. It's all about that go getter to get the onion bag in the back of the net. Yeah. But look, I'm going to compare her, with some of the best talented players out there in European space that's really on fire right now. Because I said, look, right now, I just, in my own eyes, she is the best number 9. So move over to other side of the world. Yeah, Diani, remember that player that also played against us, in that World Cup qualifier, when Reggae Girls played France. Yeah, she's one of the top talent in French football. Now she's playing for Lyon. Yeah, this season, Diani, had scored 4 goals and 8 assists in 16 league games in the women French league. Also in the Women Champions League, she have 8 goals and 1 assist. She is the leading goal scorer in the Women's Champions League this season. Also, a young Mrs. For Paris Saint-Germain, Katoto, she had 11 goals this season in 20 games in the league and 6 assists. In the Women's Champions League, 7 goals and 2 assists in 11 match played in the Women's Champions League. So looking at it, not just stats, but I have been watching the Women's Champions League, and I saw these women play at the highest level. This is why, I just wanted Bonisha to get in that UEFA Champions League, because that's where it's going to be hell and powderhouse for some of those teams. Another one, Barcelona top striker, Salma, Paraluilo, she have 30 goals this season in 31 games, 17 league goals and 3 assists, 6 goals in a talented player. But when you look, like put it to context, like when you look at Barcelona women team, yeah, they have been dominating the space of the Liga F over there. Is just an overwhelming, talented team that just, I don't think Barcelona have lost 3-4 games in their last 5 seasons. That's how bad it is. It's always a landscape over there in the League F with Barcelona. Real Madrid just cannot match up to them. Real Madrid team is just getting better. Yeah, but they are far away from, this Barcelona team. But look at those players. Also, this Polish striker, she didn't play in the World Cup, but she is playing right now for Wolfsburg in the France Bundesliga. That's a woman top tier league in Germany. She had 15 goals, 5 assists in 18 games, and also 2 goals in the Women's Champions League in 2 appearances. Again, that's a player, that Polish striker. I have watched her in the UEFA Champions League, yeah, and I've watched her last season in the Women's Bundesliga, and I could say, looking at, look at how all those women played, and look at Khadija Bonisha game. Her game is improving massively. Yeah, it's improving massive. She's like an overall package. Yeah, it's an overall package. The only team I could say Khadija Bonisha might go to next, and it's a step up, and it's that Barcelona team. Yeah, and it will be that Barcelona team. I wouldn't say the Chelsea woman team go, leave City and go to Chelsea woman team. I don't think that's a massive step. Even though, look at it, Emma is leaving Chelsea this season. Yeah, this is her last season. Yeah, Chelsea have, the last 3 times Chelsea been around that knockout round, in the Women's Champions League. Barcelona have their ticket in the Champions League final in 2021, and the last 2 times they got knocked out in the Champions League. Barcelona is the team that responsible for Chelsea ticket. Yeah, so Barcelona is the only team in the world, I would say, if Bonisha should get transferred from Manchester City, even, she signed a new deal, I think it was last season. Yeah, it's a step up. There's no other club. I don't see her go back to France to play for Lyon or Paris Saint-Germain. She have already proved what she worked over there in the Women's French League. So yeah, I'm saying, man, right now, she is the best number 9 at this moment. She is just the best number 9, and I have laid out the stats for you guys right there, just to show that her stats alongside the other big top number 9s in the world, it's right up there, and it's even better. Yeah, but the one thing though, you might say, people might criticize and say, yeah, her stats, in the Champions League, where it is, but you guys, since a week, I think around Wednesday, goalkeeper, Reggae boy captain, yeah, the man that's playing what is 11th season in the MLS, Andre Blake, have posted something. When I literally saw it at first, I was like, okay, is this like a relationship thing? Is this? I don't see this player put his personal life out. I never seen this player put his personal life out there in social media space. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe it's like, a farmer, like an encouragement, word of encouragement for somebody, if you're not happy, it's time to move on, or something like that. I wasn't really looking at it, say, okay, everything was basic for that interview that he did, in an ESPN Football Americas, yeah, and I saw a article on my way home. I think I was on Google, and I saw the article popped up in my feed. Andre Blake is not happy. And when I was reading it, they found back, I literally, found back the picture that he posted, and I was like, whoa, so this is coming from the early part of the season when he just did that interview. Yeah, he just did an interview on Football Americas with ESPN. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, then I started to do my research on, what's really going on, with Philadelphia Union. So I'm here to bring it to the forefront for everyone, all the people that, who really don't know what is really going on with this Philadelphia team. But, Andre Blake, 3 times MLS goalkeeper of the year. Nobody have ever done that before. You have so many top goalkeepers in the MLS, yeah, in the past. Talking about our own, yeah. Donovan Ricketts been at LA Galaxy for around 4 to 6 years, and he have won that award 2 times. I think he won in 2010 and 2013. You have Tim Howard, you have Brad Guzman, you have Nick Romaldo. You have so much goalkeepers. MLS have produced some top goalkeepers in the world. But look, one of the things that I think I have the audio. I could play it for some of the people that who didn't hear it and who don't really know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I'm going to play the article, play the audio. I'm going to play the audio with Andre Blake speaking about, and then I can go.
You've been there forever. Do you feel like now you just kind of
let me play it back? So this is what the interview, what really causing I think it was Wednesday night. Yeah. So this is it.
national team next with us here on Football Americas. Andre, welcome back to the show. Great to have you again.
Thank you guys for having me.
So let's start with the Philadelphia Union, man. You've been there forever. Do you feel like now you're just kind of part of the furniture in Philly?
That's twice that they mentioned you're either getting older or been. You know, have you noticed?
Yeah.
All right.
I know there's a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me. Philadelphia, as you said, that's the only club I know professionally. It's been an amazing ride. It's been an amazing journey. I've grown with that club. That club have grown. And it's just a story to tell.
You can see the growth too, right? Because you've been there since 2014. There was a time where Philadelphia was kind of considered, at least in MLS, there was always the Open Cup successes or finals appearances, kind of an also-ran. Now when we think of at least the Eastern Conference, you're always thinking of the Philadelphia Union. Why? What's happened over kind of that long spell?
Yeah, the culture have changed. When I just got drafted, it was more of just being a participant in the league, and Ernie Stewart came in and was the first, part of the change that, decided, we need to change the culture, start to bring in, different players, the standards changed, the standards got higher, and, we just brought in a new culture, holding players a culture every year, bare minimum. And then after that, we were still hungry for more. And, we just decided that we need to be, one of the clubs that you talk about first when you talk about the Eastern Conference.
Over the years, we've seen the Philly Union rack up accolades like Goalkeeper of the Year multiple times, Defender of the Year, MVP. Well, no, he wasn't actually MVP. He should have been MVP. Coach of the Year. What's missing for Philly Union to take that step as MLS Cup champions?
Yeah, 21. we were really close,
yeah.
And I feel like we're right there. We're right there. We just have to keep pushing, and we have that sense of belief that we're really close. We're able to retain, the core group of players, which for me is very important. You need that continuity. So we just have to keep going, keep believing, use the experience that we've gathered, and hopefully, sooner than later we can make that last step.
From the outside, it's easy to see, like, you guys are always in the big games, but oftentimes you're not winning them. So from the outside, I might say, they have a big game problem. Do you feel like you have that in Philly?
I wouldn't consider it a big game problem. Maybe we're just missing, like, an extra player or two, depth-wise, it's very important, I think, on the MLS Cup that we lost, having to lose Corey in that game, we didn't really have much more. And, depth with the amount of games that you have to play and the competitiveness of the schedule, you need to have a strong bench. And I feel like to an extent, we were missing that a little bit. And, even last year, I don't think our depth was as strong as the year before, and that could have played a factor in how far we go.
Andre, a lot of times we have interviews with players. We ask them about what they would change in Major League Soccer or what they think, kind of hampers Major League Soccer. And they always bring up the salary cap. They always bring up these mechanisms. You guys are kind of the 26th in spending. What are your thoughts? What would Andre Blake do?
It's good and it's bad. I always say that the way we are built, I would say we overachieve every year, We don't spend a lot. We don't have the big fancy names, but we have a group of guys that are winners, very competitive. And when we play against the big name teams, we kind of get fired up for those games. Sometimes we fall short. But, it kind of motivates people that, all right, if you can spend this amount and still achieve to an extent, people can become okay with that, But I definitely think, if we can get rid of some of the rules or be a little bit more flexible, this league can really, really, quickly become, one of the top leagues in the world.
We see the additions, though, like some of the huge names. You mentioned the LAFC team that you guys faced in that final. They're bringing Gareth Bale off the bench. You want to talk about depth. This past year, we get Lionel Messi coming to the league. You guys, you mentioned you don't have the stars. Without those stars, can you compete with where MLS is heading to this kind of superstar-driven team where teams like LA and Miami, they can bring in almost whoever they want?
Yeah, teams are stacking up right now, and if you want to stay relevant, you have to go with the movements, and I still think we have a really good team to compete. But sometimes when you get into these really big games, you might come up short. So again, it comes down to the ambition of the club. Is the club okay with just developing young players and selling and being okay just getting into those big games but not taking the final step? But if the ambitions of the club is to really take the next step, at some point we're gonna have to make a decision to really go with the movement of the league. I'm not saying we need to splash big cash because we might not have that, but making a few additions can be really important because I think that would be the next step.
Andre, when I was playing back in the 1900s, it was early 2000s, Major League Soccer. I was playing for the Galaxy, and there was a perception amongst the league that the league would turn a blind eye when it came to the Galaxy, that they would let us get away with a lot of things, to bring in players, to do things. Tanner, Ernst Tanner, your sporting director, actually said something to that effect about John Thornton bringing in your locker room like a chip on your shoulder that you guys don't get those players, you guys don't have that benefit of doubt, you guys don't have a city, with all due respect to Philly, which is an amazing city.
Yeah, easy, man. Philly people are going to be mad if you finish that sentence wrong.
I got drafted by the Philly Kicks. Shout out Philly Kicks. What I'm saying is it's not an it's not an LAFC, LA Galaxy. It's not one of these destination cities for some of these superstars. Does that kind of give you a chip on your shoulder to the locker room?
Yeah, it definitely does. And listen, life is not fair, but it is what it is. And I think, that's kind of one of the reasons why we play the way we play. We know that, we might not have the luxury. We know what's at stake. We know our duties, and a group of individuals coming together can beat these stars. The feeling that you get from that, it's amazing. It's not easy. Sometimes we do come up short because you're playing against world-class players, let's be honest. But it is really what motivates us.
When we talk about stars, there is no bigger name than Lionel Messi. We went crazy. Probably people in your dressing room went crazy. People all across the league went crazy when you find out Messi's coming to the U.S. But you're a goalie that's got to go up against him. So when you hear it, is it a different reaction?
All day, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to respect the guy. He's an unbelievable player, and the first thing that came to mind, I get to play against Messi. What can I do to stop Messi? And you can't really stop him, to be honest. He's the best in the world. But having a chance to play against him is an unbelievable, feeling, and if you get to shut him out, make some really big saves against him, it can really be big time for you as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, so that's Andre Blake right there on Football America. So, yeah, I think it was around the start of the MLS season a few months back. Yeah, you have mentioned one thing that's very crucial in that interview, and this is what is an eye opener, for a lot of media houses in here in America. When he was talking about, look, he's not literally saying, the owner, one of the owner is, I think, is Jay Sugarman, millionaire, filthy. Philadelphia Union is ranked, I think they're ranked in 10 or 11, over 600 million. That's their value. Yeah, and it has risen over the years, because Philadelphia, for the last 5 seasons, they are finishing in the top 4 in the Eastern Conference. So it's one of the most successful teams, in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, I remember when I just came to America, Philadelphia team was just one of them teams. They were just participating in the MLS, and I'm sure Andre Blake have said it in this interview also. Yeah, so look at where Philly is at right now. Yeah, the new sporting director have came in, Ernest Tanner, and just changed the whole philosophy of Philadelphia Union, and everything just started to click. But we have known Philadelphia, for producing some young American talents in around America and ship them overseas, also ship them around in MLS. Yeah, and one of the biggest names I think right now is at Philadelphia is that young kid that Manchester City bought. I think his name is Sullivan. He's what I think 15, 16 years old. Yeah, and also they have the young midfielder McGlynn, talented midfielder also. So look at it, they have produced youngsters on top of youngsters, but he talk about, get safely as you saw, what Inter Miami is doing. I don't think they have that budget, but at least, but Philadelphia Union, their highest transfer in their club history is still 2.7. That is the same thing that, Andre Blake is talking about. Yeah, 2.7 million that USD. Yeah, is their highest transfer to buy a player and bring him into the club. In the off season last year, around probably January, go back in even last summer, when the season was really going on. Yeah, Colorado, Portland, and Chicago, they have bid over 10 million plus for players to come in. Yeah, Phil Neville is at the Timbers, and he's splashing the cash down here at Portland Timbers. Yeah, so Jim Curtin's a big coach in MLS, top coach, been around since Andre Blake he's not the one that drafted Andre Blake. He got there the same year when Andre Blake was drafted. I think Jim Curtin started to coach the Philadelphia team around 2014 in the summer. I think it was June, July. So looking at it, you have other clubs in around MLS, and Lionel Messi have pushed the bar up. David Beckham have pushed the bar up for MLS club to spend the big kitty. You heard them talking about, and they asked him the question, about, you think the salary cap is really hurting the league? And he said it, in some way hurting the league. And if it wasn't for the salary cap, maybe the league would have probably gone a lot more. Look at in the NBA. You have a salary cap in the US sports franchises leagues, but in NBA you have a we call it the tax, where you go over your cap, you pay a certain amount of percentage. So I bet you it's probably maybe for MLB. I don't really know much about the MLB and NFL and all of that, but but look, this season, Philadelphia Union, their season ticket have gone up more than last season, and that's what they're talking about. That's what the fans have been complaining about. Andre Blake is complaining about similar things. Getting the money from sponsorship, getting the money from around the stadium, tickets, concessions, all of that. But it's not reinvesting back into the team in terms of getting some good players. They have a player, I think his name is Carranza. He wanted out because he's a top player, and he's and I'm going to bring up something on the screen so you guys can see. I'm going to pin it up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Philadelphia Union, the tickets have gone all the way up. I'm just finding it right here to put it up on the screen so you guys can see. So look at this. I don't know if it's too fine or you guys can see it, but last season for the presidential row, the goal, per game, $396 for the full presidential row silver. The season pass is 6,000. Manager row, 6,000. I think I should give you guys a comparison. So let's start off back from presidential row goal is 7,500 and change. For the season pass this season it's 9,500. The presidential row silver is 6,000. And the presidential row for this season is 8,000. The manager row this season is 6,000, and the manager row for this season is 8,000. The West Side field seed is at 4,000. It's just, look at it. All the seats, the price gone up, and this is what the fan, and this is what use that leader. and you have that vice. As I said, this is a man who I think he's have around 200 caps in the MLS for Philadelphia. What is his 11th season since 2014 until now? This is the only club. This is the only home. Andre Blake since he's a professional player. So just look at that. That's what they really complaining about. And Andre Blake is not the only individual is really complaining about. The fans are making their voice heard, and they said, Sugarman, he's going to continue until the stadium is empty. Yeah, I think in 2020 they have won the Supporters Shield in MLS, but they I don't know how they lost that final against LA. I think a couple years back. Yeah, I think when Gareth Bale came off the bench, I think it was an extra time goal. But they just unlucky. Philly is just that unlucky team. Conference. I think they got beaten last season by, I think it was Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati. So no investment is going back. The prices is going up. The fans are furious with the owner, not Jim Curtin and the sporting director, Ernest Tanner. So look at Jim Curtin records since he's at Philadelphia Union. 385 games, 163, and he have a plus 42. So that shows that they have a very good coach, and he's getting the best out of these players. And one of the things really causes this big upset, with Andre Blake also, yeah. Look at the game that they got beaten in Mexico against Pachuca. I think the first leg, I remember if the first leg if they drew that game at Philadelphia Union Stadium, but the second leg I watched that game. Andre Blake, to me, I was saying to my brother who I watching the game, like, Andre Blake just don't look like he's a happy fella. Look at the goals that he's conceding. Look at his face. They got 6-0 in Mexico, and that was a big embarrassment for the Union's fan group. So sooner or later, maybe Andre Blake just going to cut ties. Andre Blake is the best goalkeeper in the league for many years, but this man, I think, in my eyes, he's still underpaid at this club. I can guarantee, maybe if he was an American, maybe if he was a South American, maybe if he was a European coming from one of those top European countries that be known for producing great football players, maybe would have probably get a bigger money. But Andre, I don't think Andre Blake is the highest paid goalkeeper in the league. I think the highest paid goalkeeper in the league is Berkey, the ex-Dortmund keeper from he's playing for, I think he's St. Louis. So look, many things is not going the right way for Andre Blake, but he's just toughing it up. But I remember a few years back he did an interview, yeah, and he said that he got, I think one time when Jamaica when we used to struggle to get work permit in England, one point an article I think came out that Brighton, Crystal Palace team in the MLS, yeah. In that interview, I don't remember how to start the show, but when you look at it, yeah, Andre Blake said that he got opportunities in Europe, but at the time when those offers came in, he's just having a young family, and he was like, going to Europe, my family, he's just starting out with his family. 2, he's going to learn a new language. 3, the money will be less. And he was like, at my age, why do I think I should go overseas when, but then again, maybe another player probably would have taken that risk, even with his young family. This is football, maybe, another player would have probably take the risk, getting a salary cut. If it maybe French league, the Bundesliga, but I guess it was a foreign because he said learn a foreign language. So I was using my common sense, yeah, maybe it's a, it's one of those leagues that don't speak English. The country they don't speak English, but looking at it, maybe another player said probably would take the risk and probably, he would have probably move on to a higher and a better stage, and probably in 2 to 3 years from then, he probably would have earned a lot more than what he's making right now in the MLS. So you can't really fault the man. His family was young at the time to go overseas with them, earning less. Not many players willing to take that risk. Not many players looking to do that, especially at his age right now. I think he's 33. So yeah, let's see, where Andre Blake is going from here with Philadelphia Union, man. But yeah, Jay Sugarman is the culprit for the fans. He is the problem, for the Philadelphia Union supporters. They need him out of the team, But yeah, people, this is where I have come to the end of sharing, the story about Andre Blake and his unhappiness at Philadelphia Union. Is he calling it the last straws at Philly? Let's see, when is the transfer window again? Transfer window open, I think, in a few months from now. Less than 2 months, the transfer window open. So let's see what's going to happen. Is it going to be a trade? I don't know. Maybe something is on the card. Let's see in the summer when the MLS transfer window is open and the European transfer window is open. So let's see what's going to materialize out for Andre Blake in the near future. But I don't think he really do want to leave Philly. It's all about concerning. He have ambition. He want to win the MLS Cup. They have never won the MLS Cup, yeah? So the player have a lot of ambition. The player want to have silverware. This is what counts when you retired and put both feet up. Looking back at his journey, in the sports. What you want, that's what counts. That's what make you a legend. So looking at the great players and great goalkeepers, and look at Stefan Fry I think he's at Seattle. Yeah, top goalkeeper in MLS. They want to win. Stefan Fry have won for Seattle. So let's see what's going to happen, for Andre Blake. But people, respect for everyone that's, sticking it out here through the difficulty with the internet and all that. I'm going to try my best to get that sorted out, over the weekend. Hope I can probably get it sorted tomorrow before my next live, which is the Nick and Dan podcast. Yeah, Sunday at, I think it's 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about Andre Blake. But yeah, thanks for watching, people. This is the Nick and Dan podcast. Daniel is not here; he's unavailable today. But yeah, big up Daniel anyway at this moment. Remember, we are streaming on both channel, Nicardo Media House and Daniel Football Show. So anywhere you are, just move over and give the other channel some support. So if you are Nicardo platform, go over there, Daniel Football Show, and also share and give in channel some love. Same if you on Daniel Football Show. But yeah, thanks for watching, people. This is Nicardo Media House, and Daniel Football Show. Salute. Enjoy the intro.